What's up? Hey, everybody. So, today we are going live from my bedroom because the baby's still asleep. So I am going to have my very, very good friend on Bec, and she's actually going to talk to us. So we did this video last week, but my sound was off. So Bec is actually going to talk to us about what it is that we do and this amazing business that we have, right? So right now I'm just going to start inviting all the people that are just amazing, that I love. So if you give me 2 seconds, I'll get that done. I hope you guys are having like an amazing day. You know, I am. It's so beautiful outside. It's freezing, by the way, freezing cold. But let's see, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Oh my God, I actually have a lot of friends. Okay, cool. So you guys should actually see that. Oh, hi everybody. I couldn't even see everybody coming on. So I'm so excited that I get to, hi Northy, that I get to do this again today, right? So Bec is going to jump on and we're just going to run through a few things and go over like questions and stuff about what we do and our business. So I'm going to go and look, Bec's shown up. It's amazing. I'm going to go ahead and add Bec in and then we're going to get started. So thank you everybody that's joining us today. Look, invite. Look, I'm such a pro at this now. Yeah. Right? I know what I'm doing. Last time was really hard trying to like work out what you're doing, especially for the first time. Hey Jenna. Hey Annie. Hey Brier. Hey everybody.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm really good. It's so beautiful here today.
Let me just sort myself out.
No, that's fine. Good morning, Brier. How are you feeling after your dentist?
I'm good. I am much better than I was the other day, that's for sure. But it was good because I had Valium, so that was fun having that for the first time. So everything was
really
good.
What does it do? Are you like a little airy here?
I can sort of understand how people get addicted to that stuff, to be honest. I get really bad anxiety going to I get bad anxiety, but get bad anxiety going to the dentist. So it really just calmed me down. Like he could have done absolutely anything in my mouth and I just didn't care. Like, really cool. Really cool. But yeah, no, it's fine.
It's like up leveling in life without actually doing the work. I'm happy all the time.
Oh my God, so good.
Okay, cool. So I wanted to get started because the last time that we did this, the sound was just totally messed up.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining me again and doing this with me.
Welcome.
And plus, I just like seeing your face.
I love seeing your face too.
Okay, so I would like you to be able to just tell us, like everyone that's jumping on as well, just about your story and how you started, how you got into this, and what made you decide this business was for you.
Awesome. So there's so many people jumping on, which is amazing. So thank you so much for jumping on and supporting Ginny. She is just amazing. We have so much fun here. Like half the time I don't even know that this is even classed as work. So we're really blessed. So I have actually worked for myself for around 11 years. And that over the course of, those years, it sort of has evolved into the online space, but it actually started, as a traditional sense. So I actually got started in a traditional business from home when I was 6 weeks pregnant with my little boy. I really wanted to be at home with him. Those maternal instincts just kicked in and I just wanted to be at home. So I actually had a traditional business as a sole trader. So I lived in Melbourne for 12 and a half years and had a salon from home.
Really? And then you left me?
I know. And then I met you and I'm like, damn it. So I was actually a sole trader and worked for myself. I had a spray tanning business from home that I started. I did all the training and got myself organised when I was pregnant. And I started that business and I had that for about 7 years, and that had me home. Like, that was absolutely incredible, and that really gave me a really good taste of working for myself. But as Harley got older, things change. Our kids start recognizing us not being there as much, and I was working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights, and normally Saturdays as well. So Harley was like, "Oh, Mum, do you need to work today, or do we need to have people coming over when we're eating dinner?" And it got to the point where those people were sort of interfering with my life. They were interfering with, us having dinner at night time and me being able to put him to bed and read him a bedtime story. I was missing out on that stuff, and that's not why. Totally, and that's not why I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to work for myself to have more time with him, not be taken away from all those special moments. Like, there's nothing I love better than jumping into bed with him at night time and reading a book and cuddling him and all of that. And I just didn't want to miss out on that. And also didn't want him recognizing that as well. That's when I just thought, oh, hang on a minute, something needs to shift here. So I started, thinking about what I could do. Traditional business had sort of expired and run its course. Super appreciative of what it had done for me, but I was in a position of, cool, so what am I going to do now? So I was scrolling through Facebook. I think every single story starts with aimlessly scrolling through that bloody thing. And I came across a post, and a friend of mine that I knew was building a business online. I thought, oh, online business. I'd never really thought of doing that before. So I got started with that particular business, and that was my first, big jump into the online world. I was with that company and that business for 3 years. And it did everything for me. Like, I was home full time. I have gone overseas more times than I can count that have been paid for. So many amazing things. Like, it created such an incredible income for us. But all of that aside, it had me home with him and had me present with him. And that's exactly why I got started. And again, at the end of last year, I started losing the passion for that. I started working too much again. Things started getting really hard. I found that people were struggling getting success. It was getting difficult. It was getting mundane. It was getting boring and tedious, and all of those things that you don't want there when you're, what's the saying? If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. So when you start really not liking what you're doing, you physically just don't want to show up anymore. And that's where I was in this space where people are like, oh my God, I want to do what you do. And I'm like, I don't want you doing what I do, because I'm in this headspace at the moment where I've got so many people in my business just not being able to get that success, and it really upset me, and it got me to a point where maybe I need to start looking at something else. And I was, again, here we go back to the whole Facebook thing, scrolling through, and then my friend Christy, that I have known for a good 3 years online, I saw her post and it said, oh my God, I've just, created $30,000 this month. And the first reaction, and I'm really honest about this, was, why the fuck am I not getting that? That should be me. She hasn't been doing it as long as I have. Like, why is she getting that and I'm not getting that? Like, my work ethic would be exactly what she's doing. Like, and I just kept having these thoughts around in my head. And then I had to get out of my own way and think, Bec, rather than complaining and having all those negative thoughts running through your head, why don't you just have a look?
What have you got to lose?
There's got to be something there for you to look at. So I just got out of my own way, put my blinkers away, and really just reached out to her and said, look, I need to actually have a look at what you're doing, because this is where I'm at. This is the time I'm putting into the platform. I've got a pretty crazy work ethic, so I know it's not me. Like, I know it's not me. I can hands down say it's not me. There's something not right here. Like, I should be getting those results. So I had a look at what she was doing and was absolutely blown away with what I was seeing. It literally ticked every single box. I remember feeling so much emotion about it, because I knew in my heart that I'd found exactly what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And then in the same space, I thought, fuck, I need to let people know that I'm going. So
That's
I was
funny
in
to say that. I felt the same too.
That push-pull feeling of, this is what I want to do, but I was constantly feeling like I was being pulled back. So I got started, and I was still attached to that other company because I was scared shitless. Scared shitless because that was the only income that was coming into my house. So that's all I had. So I was like, I can't show up on Facebook too much, because if they find out, they're going to cut that off, and what are we going to do? So that's the position that I was in. So I was it was like I had one little toe in one side and one little toe in the other, and I was just dancing between the two for weeks.
Yeah.
And I thought, fuck, I can't do this anymore. And I remember reaching out to a friend that does this with us, and I'm like, what is going on? I know how to build business. I know what I'm doing. What's going on? Just like, you need to walk away from that. Like, you need to literally walk away from that and go all in. And that scared me. The tantrums and the crying and the carrying on is probably worse than I've ever seen come out of my son. And that was for me, because I was so scared about what she said, but also just so excited, because I knew she was telling me exactly what I was thinking. She was telling me and I think that's scary. Like, you know what you want to do, but when someone tells you, you think, oh my God, like that's happening. Like that's real.
You want someone to tell you that like you're
but
wrong,
then you don't.
and then you justify it. But
That's exactly right. So we had that conversation. I remember getting off the phone. I remember telling Rob, and Rob's like, just do it. Like, I know you can do it. Just do it. And I remember that feeling of really just walking away. I had to walk away from that income and go all in with this, which was amazing. After that, we made 10 grand in 10 days, which was crazy. So when that happened, I'm like, oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Do this. Why was I so worried?
It's like with my partner as well. He's normally the person that like will say no, like don't try it, it's whatever. So I think for me, I was hoping he would tell me not to, so that I'd have an excuse not to go all in. And then I was like, hey, so I'm gonna do this, rah. And then he was like, yeah, that sounds awesome, like you should do it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's what's scary, right? Like, I remember getting off the phone with her and then talking to Rob. Rob's like, do it. I'm like, that's not what I wanted from you.
Yeah.
Have you got something else to tell me?
Yeah.
So anyway, like that all happened. I went live on Facebook. I literally just poured everything out, you know, really explained to people why I was moving over as well, because a lot of people, I suppose, looked at me and thought, oh my God, like she has, you know, success is easy. Like, you know, her life's easy. Like, oh, she's not working. She's only doing a little bit of work and all this. And when I poured that out and I said, like, guys, I'm working full time on this and the income's not what I want and when I really did that, like the amount of people that reached out to me, because it hit a sore spot. Like, there's so many people in the online industry that are showing up on Facebook and showing people that, oh, you know, everything's amazing and life's good, but deep down, like, you know, you're struggling to pay your mortgage and you're struggling to pay your bills. So the last, I mean, from really that video, I think it's been about 3.5 months, maybe close to 4 months now. And we've hit nearly $60,000 in income in that time frame. Yeah. Like,
that's like a year's wages for cafe work. Like,
totally agree. Like, I'm an assistant accountant by trade, and that's something that I've been in that industry for a good 10 years. And that was what I used to earn working full time. Yeah. And it's it is mind-numbingly boring dealing with numbers constantly, and that's what I would earn. And then in my online business, like, that took me 2 years to create that, any income around that sort of figure. I think it actually took me 2 years to create 50K. So when you sort of look at that and the time frame in that, like, I haven't changed as a person. Like, my work ethic is the same. It's the vehicle. Like, that's all that needed to shift, and that's what I needed to get out of my own way and go, hey, you know what? Like, thank you so much for this business and what it's done for me. You've been able to do so much for my family. I've had so much time with my child, but I'm ready to up level. Like, I'm ready to create multiple 5-6-figure months, and I can't do that here anymore. So that's a really scary thing to do. But when I look back on it now, like, I seriously could pat myself on the back and go, hey, yay, you, look what you did. Because it has, it's paid off. And like, you know, when you look at, like, we're going to have in our first year of business, like, a multiple 6-figure income in our first year. Like, I never had that. And I've worked really, really hard my whole life, and I've never had that. And it's amazing when you actually just sit down and think that, you know, sometimes what's working, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing and expecting different results.
I just
and that's where I was at, doing it daily, like every day, thinking something's got to give, and then you've just got to sit back and go, you know what, this is going to drive me fucking insane. We need to move on and do something else. So that's what we did. Like, the last 4 months has been amazing. It's completely changed everything for us.
Yeah, fully. Same for me as well. I think, like, even this week when I was like sorting out all my stuff, I was like, fuck, this week I've made like what I would make in 2 months. Like 2 months of like making coffee from 6 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, being yelled at, customers not happy, like, you know, and it's stressful because you take on other people's feelings when they go at you, like, you know. And so just sitting there, I was telling my partner, I was like, this is me. Like, I really like, I shine. Like, I really love this. Like, and when I get on, like even last night when I was doing my little cooking live, I was like, look like crap, but I was enjoying myself and I didn't care. Like, I was just like, fuck, this is fun. Like, I get to earn money and like, just do, like even the other day, I was in a live and my daughter ran away from me and I think I just left everybody.
So funny. So funny. I remember sitting there going, oh my God, do I keep watching? Like, do I ring her to make sure she finds it? It was so funny.
I was like, oh my God. But it's like, I was just saying to him, like, I'm so much happier than I was like 6 weeks ago, 6 months ago, 5 years ago. Like, I opened my cafe and I thought that was the highlight of my life. And now every day I'm like, fuck, today's the highlight. No, today's the highlight.
And that's what it is, Ginny. Like, it's income aside. I mean, income makes life easy. Like, you know, I don't earn an income to go buy a Lamborghini. I earn an income to have time with my boy. I earn an income to give him absolutely everything that he deserves, for us to have holidays, to create more memories together. That's what I want.
Go to Bali.
Really create an impact. Totally. Like, to really create an impact and create as many memories as possible with your family. Yeah. But that aside, like the growth in this business, personally, I have never been a part of a community that emphasizes so much on the internal stuff. Yeah. And that is everything. Like, that is everything for life. Like, your life cannot run fluidly without personal development and without a really strong internal blueprint. You don't just need it for business, you literally need it to live. And I didn't realize how amazing we had it until I got inside our community and thought, oh my God, like how lucky like, we are really, really blessed.
Yeah. And like I said that to you last night, I think, when I was saying like, now it's like whatever scares me, I now run towards it instead of avoid it. I'm just like, oh, I don't like that. Start running. Let's go. What do I have to do to face it? Because I know, fuck, if I face it, I up level, and like that means that day is going to become more impactful for me.
It's so true. And I think that's what people don't realize is when something fearful comes in front of them, they run the opposite direction. But what they need to understand is normally on the other side of fear is something fucking awesome. Yeah. That's normally when that sort of stuff jumps up, you think, oh, cool, let's face that and just do it anyway, because there's going to be something even more amazing on the other side. Yeah.
And it's funny because even Alex Tripod said the same thing to me as well. She was like, fear is the compass for your soul's growth. And I was like,
totally.
Oh yeah, you're right.
She's amazing.
Yeah, like you're so right. So I was gonna
look at the fear that I had to deal with. Like, look at that fear. Yeah. Of walking away from a fucking income that was feeding my child.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's scary. Like, oh my God, are people gonna die in my house? Like, what's going on? Are we going to be able to eat?
Yeah.
Will we have enough to eat? Like, are we going to have to eat 2-minute noodles for 12 months?
Yeah.
But, like, if I had seen that fear and go, oh, no, like, where would I be now? Definitely not this happy. Definitely not. I'm a completely different person from the last, for the last few months from being a part of that other company. So that's like another thing with fear. Like, if it comes up, like, face it and just push through it, because normally on the other side is just fucking amazing stuff. Really amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I was gonna ask, like, what makes our business different from others that you see online?
Cool. So I have seen it, so I can give you a really
because I get this question a lot.
Totally. And that's what I get that all the time, because I get people like, oh my God, are you fucking crazy? Like, why would you walk away from that and do this? I'm like, well, this is why. Because what happened is I got started with that other business because this, what we do, we want financial freedom. We want time freedom. We want to be able to create an income that works for us in the background where we can show up a few hours a day or a couple of hours a day, do what we need to do, and then spend the remainder of that day with the people that we love. That's what we do it for. I do it to spend time with Rob. I do it to spend time with Harley, with my family. And that's why I got started in that last business. And it was good for, for the first few months and everything. But I just realized that my time and me needing to show up had to keep increasing. And it got to the point where I was working full-time hours for an income that I could have been earning working for someone else. So it really didn't give me that financial freedom at all. Like, I didn't have any extra time. And I found that training, support, all of that stuff was just messy. There was nothing streamlined. There was nothing, they would try.
It's like you're making it up as you go along.
Totally. It was like, and I sort of, and I've explained this before, but it's like a dog chasing a ball. They're going one way, then they're going another way. And it just felt like that constant. We just didn't have a blueprint. Blueprint to success. And I think that's what you really need in an online business is an actual blueprint. And you need to have key things. If you don't have those few key things, you will fail. And I didn't realize that until I got started with this, and I realized that those 3 key things that we need across the board, what any online business needs to be successful, we have all 3 now. Didn't have that before. And
so much more though. So much more.
There's so much more, but it's just that, like that. I remember having an aha moment when I was learning about, the keys to success and the blueprint and all of that. And I'm thinking, no wonder I couldn't get where I wanted to get before. We never had these 3 things. Yeah. But there's so much more as well. And the time that I was spending previously doing what I was doing, and I wanted to be spending time with my family. I didn't want to be on my phone, and I hated, like, Harley would be always saying to me, "Oh, Mum, you're on your phone again," and it breaks your heart, like it really does. Yeah. And I had to show up and do so much training and so much hand holding for people because there wasn't a structure for people to follow. Yeah. So when I look at that compared to what I'm doing now, 90% of the time that I was spending previously having to do all of those things on the phone, doing calls, running through everything, having to know like 1 million products and what they all do and what this does and the science behind this and blah, 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 blah. I had to know all that stuff, where now like 90% of the work that I was doing before is now taken up by a system that does everything for me. Everything. Yeah. Absolutely everything. Like, that just blew my mind. I remember watching the webinar, messaging Christy going, "Are you fucking serious? How does this stuff even exist? Like, why have I been wasting my time for so long?" Like, that is just insane. Like, I have wasted, that's a pretty full-on word to use. I wouldn't say wasted because I think everything's a lesson. But I just think, oh my God, like, my time could have been used so much more better. Rather than doing that. And I just think with what we have, and we literally have the most incredible platform in the world. There is absolutely nothing like what we have. And when I realized that, that's why the success wasn't as I wasn't as successful in that other business. So my time now has not halved. It's 90% less than what I was doing before. So we have an incredible community, a tribe of people that are there 24/7 to help. It is absolutely amazing because systems and platforms and marketing things are really, really important. Having a structure for you to learn, for you to apply for your business, but being able to have that face-to-face support as well is really important. And we've got the best. Like, we literally have the best of both worlds because we have.
Yeah, I was just that was actually my next question, was about like telling me about the training and support. I mean, for others that are watching online, like, what can they expect when they do come with us? What kind of support, what kind of training is involved? Like,
oh my God. So like I said before, what we had previously was just, it was really, really messy. And now there's just so much structure, and I'm a bit of a structured person. So I like to know that, when I've got someone that wants to do what I'm doing, I can go, cool, here, start here. And they can work their way through, our platform. And it's not that we need you to show up and sit there for 10 hours and soak everything in and do everything. Like, it literally means you doing a little bit around, when your kids are at school, or doing a little bit at nighttime when you're
It's on your time. It's your business.
And that's what I love. Totally agree. So being able to structure, because we've got people that are working full-time, part-time, mums at home with, multiple children that don't have as much time as, say, I would do with school hours, with Harley being at school. So everyone can sort of suit it to what their situation is. And the support, training, community, just the level of people that we have inside of this community as well, like, they are absolutely incredible. Like, I go into that group and I read some of the things in there and the help that people offer people. I'm just blown away. Like, there is just so much support. No question is too small. No question is too big. Like, people really wrap themselves around people to help them. Like, I'm not in a position of me to get to where I want to go. I'm in a position where I want to be able to impact as many people as possible and all of us to go together. And
that's it.
I couldn't have that before because I felt like I knew what I was doing, but everyone else didn't. There were so many people that really wanted it, but there was just nothing structured enough for them to actually be able to take it to the next level. So we are very blessed, and I'm super grateful for what we have.
Yeah, I find that I like that the training that we have is all on your own time. Like, I didn't feel rushed. If there was something that I missed, I can always go back to it. Like, that's oh, hey. Okay, come on. Just waking up. Sorry. So my last question is, who is this business for? Like, who would you recommend? Do you know what I mean? Like, just for people.
Definitely. So who the business is for? So I would definitely say anyone that wants to change something. Like, I think that's where it really starts, is you waking up in the morning, having a look at the way that you're living your life, having a look at the way you're spending your money, how you receive your money, how you're spending your time with your family. All of those things, like, if you are not 100% happy with that situation, like, at the end of the day, that falls down to you. You can actually make a change and change that. And I think that's where it starts. Like, I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm not in a position to convince anyone. That starts with the person. Like, once you get into that mindset of, you know what, fuck this. Like, I'm done living at this level. Like, I'm really ready to push this further. Once you're in that mindset, that's when you need to reach out and get some information and have a look to see whether it aligns. But the thing is, like, we've got so many people that come from all walks of life. We've got, younger generation, like, 19, 20, 21, killing it. We've got people that are in retirement age, killing it. We've got people that have been tradies before that maybe didn't really know too much about computers or anything like that. They're being able to get off the tools and get into something to really create freedom as well. So it really doesn't matter the walk of life, your age, gender, race, whatever. It comes down to you as a person. And once you make that decision to actually change something, like, I think we're not born as entrepreneurs. I think it's something that we develop over time, because I think when we're younger, we're sort of pushed into uni and work and all of that. So it takes a different person to sort of sit back and go, hey, you know what? Not signing up for that. This is what I actually want to go and do. So if you've got that entrepreneurial mindset and you're in a position where you're like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm super grateful for what I have, because I think it's important for us to be very grateful for what we have. But we can also say, hey, you know what? I actually want to change a few things around here. I'm going to change the way I do something. I want more income. I want to be able to create more freedom and, be able to spend more time with your family. So I definitely think it's for everyone. You need, like, it's not something that you can wake up and go, poof, there's $1 million in my account. This is a business. It's not, I mean, it'd be amazing if I could run around with my little magic wand and make money come into your account like that. But we need to understand, like, it's a legitimate business and it takes work. Now, when I say work, I say that loosely because it is fun. We have so much fun. I think it's all about being able to work smarter and not harder. And that's how I see this. We're working smarter. We are still working. It's a different way of working. So anyone can do it as long as it starts here. As long as that is,
if you're ready
made
for the
that
change.
Conscious decision, totally. You can do anything. Like, human beings are fucking awesome. Like, we can do anything. You really can do anything that you put your mind to.
Yeah, you can. You definitely can. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed today, and I could hear you perfectly.
Oh, so good. So I want to thank you for having me on. It's been amazing. Hi, Kate. I can see you jumping on too. So we have an amazing group. So we have an incredible group that has, I think we've just hit 700 people in that group today, which is absolutely incredible. People that are wanting to change, people that are sick of the way that they're, you know, the way that they're spending their time, the way that they're spending their money, and they're wanting to shift something. So those people that have made that conscious decision to have a look at what we're doing here. So if you are wanting to jump into that group, please reach out to Ginny. If any of my friends are jumping on here from Facebook as well, please just jump into my message inbox and I'll pop you into that group as well. We have some pretty exciting stuff happening in that group next week. So it is probably worth your while jumping in there. So I would definitely reach out to Ginny and she could pop you into that group and tag you in a video that I did last week. But definitely, like, this really has changed everything, you know, and if I had have seen the fear of, you know, that fear a few months ago and not done anything about it and sort of pushed that out of the way and say, hey, I'm doing it anyway, like I wouldn't be in the position I am now. So it can be scary, like doing things like this, it's scary. Like, I'm not going to lie, like all those feelings, whatever you're feeling, I felt too. But we need to push past that. We need to push past that and look at what we're wanting to do. Look at your why, look at your children, look at your husband, look at the way you're spending your days. And if there's something then that needs to be changed, and that starts with you. So awesome to have a chat with you today, Ginny. It's been so good. And yeah, anyone that wants to reach out, please reach out to us and we can pop you into that group.
Thank you so much, Bec.
Welcome. Talk to you later.
See ya. Bye. Did you say bye? Oh, crazy. Look, it's actually going to say that. So I just wanted to end with this, guys. Think about the person that you guys want to become. And on your last day on earth, that is the person that you will meet. And are you happy to meet that person and you guys are one and the same? Then jump. All you need to do is joining me. I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.